second live presentation, because this is our second one? Second live presentation in 3.5 years. And so since we've never done them, we're gonna just make it up while we're here, right? And we'll see if it comes out pretty good. So, first of all, I want to tell you guys my background and my story in the industry, because we are one of the fortunate ones that were able to successfully build teams and put things together. And we're one of the ones that made, 5-figure incomes a month and had success with companies. But there were some things that I had this love-hate relationship with the home-based business industry. I would see, people that would start building things, companies, and they would get to walk away from their jobs, right? I would see them get new cars, I would see them go on trips, and they would begin to enjoy their life and have these incredible things. There was only one problem. In the traditional side of things, successful for a few years, and I know a lot of my friends, millions of dollars a year, some of them over $1 million a month in compensation. But I got to tell you, in the last 10 or 12, 15 years, they've gone from company to company to company. And I'm not going to get into the reasons why, but there are reasons why that happens. And so after getting involved with that, of course, and my mom is somewhere here, I don't think she's down here right now, but every time I would get into an opportunity, I knew I could get my first person in minutes, right? And everybody was like, wow, this guy's moving, right? Because I knew I could call my mom, and I knew I could call my sister, and I knew I could call about 6 or 8 other people, and they were in. I didn't even have to tell them what it was. All I had to do was say, hey, I'm doing something new, and I think it's great. You should join. So it's like we're in 24 hours. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 dozen people underneath us. The companies go, holy mackerel, we got one. Ah! The crowd goes wild. And so we would kick things off, guys. And the way I would do it is I just get out my phone and I would just start in the A's and work my way all the way through, right? People say the fortune's in the follow-up. I never had to follow up. I just called so many people. I just worked with the 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 people that said yes. And all of a sudden, we'd have a team, and we'd have a successful business, and we build it. The problem is, guys, none of those lasted. And over the course of time, so I decided I wasn't doing any more companies, right? In the meantime, I met my business partner, Doug. We started working on some Amazon stuff together. We were talking about developing products, and we had picked out some products that were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and we were going to develop and build those products, and we were going to bring them in, and we started selling products that I already had, and we were going to do this incredible thing. Well, in the meantime, I had found crowdfunding. I thought, oh my goodness, being an entrepreneur, being an inventor, crowdfunding was amazing. It was literally the day I found Kickstarter, I thought I had won the lottery, right? Being a lifetime entrepreneur, it was amazing to me that finally there was a platform where I didn't have to go find investors. I could put my product out there. I could actually see if the key indicator of my product was good, and that was that people would pay me for my product and it would give me the funding without having to give up any equity. So I said, oh man, I started supporting project after project after project after project after project. I didn't even want the stuff. All I wanted to do was support other entrepreneurs. I wanted to create value in their lives, because eventually I would do one and people would reciprocate and they would create value in my life. So then me and Doug ran into a product. It was a phenomenal product. It would reduce carbon. We thought, this is the project right here. Oh my goodness, all the people that care about the planet, all the people that cared about the pollution we were doing and the damage we were doing to the planet, they would step up and we would fund this thing, and we were gonna raise hundreds of thousands, not millions of dollars. Then we started working with the guys who invented the product, and they said, oh no, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that. So anyway, we get this thing going. I said, look, I'll fund it. They didn't want to go to any type of crowdfunding, but I said, I'll fund it. So I started spending money, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Me and Doug were working night and day and night and day and night and day. Come to find out, we missed our goal, $30,000 down the drain. And all the work we put in. But you know what I found out of that? I found somebody that would work night and day, when he set his mind to it, to move things forward and make something happen. So that was the good thing happening. In the meantime, I had these huge sinus issues. Guys, they were terrible. I went to the doctor. They gave me medicine. It almost killed me. I tried every natural, neti pots, you name it. Every remedy I could find throughout all of Google. I went on YouTube, and they had all different things. You could stand on your head sideways, backwards, do a couple flips. Your sinuses would be better. It didn't work. But a friend of mine had called me up, and he said, Peter, Brad had just gotten involved, became VP. He was with another company that we were with, that we were the only people that ever built to the top of that company. And he said, look, I'll send you some products, $300 a bottle. All right, you want to send me some $300? I'm not doing it. I'm done, right? I've had enough of building teams, and you guys screw up, and the company falls apart. So anyway, so they sent me this product. I get it. I squirt it under my tongue. 20 minutes later, well, my sinuses are kind of feeling better. Get ready to go to bed, squirt some more under my tongue, wake up, and I'm like, wow, I slept pretty good last night. And I didn't wake up with underneath my eyes would swell up so bad that I'd be like squinting, right? This product works. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Take it the next day. By the next day, 60, 70% of my problem is gone. And they call me up and they say, hey, we're going to be in Vegas. Come on over. So I go over to Vegas. And I said, listen, guys, I really do not want to get back into the MLM network marketing side of things. But this product's pretty good. So I'm going to try one more time. But under certain circumstances, you have to be transparent. Don't lie to me. Don't treat me like I'm a child, right? And they said, we're not going to do that, Peter. So I start building, and me and my buddy Jeff became partners. And, he got sick, kind of didn't build, but we started building. And, of course, we started picking up momentum, and people started getting in. And I finally get to the point, we got the base set, and I'm now going to go after the big fish, right? I'm going to go after the guys that can bring in thousands of people, right? And so I call up one of my buddies, and he goes, oh, yeah, sorry to hear about your CEO. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, a week ago, your CEO got fired for stealing from the company. I go, really? Couldn't have happened. No. They looked me in the eye, and they told me that wasn't going to happen. So I pick up the phone, and I call my partner, Jeff, and he goes, yeah, I didn't want to tell you, I didn't want to distract you. I didn't want to stop you from building. Oh, really? Thanks. So anyway, so then I call Brad, the vice president of the company. He goes, yeah, me and Jeff talked about it. We really thought that it was better that you didn't know. I said, really? Now, in the meantime, guys, I went to a conference, and I already came up with the idea for Cooler Brands. I had flown from Dallas to Houston, 42-minute flight, and I had typed out this incredible concept. And a matter of fact, I had already told Jan, I have reinvented the home-based business industry and came up with a model where most people can be successful. And Doug had already mapped it out. I got off that phone call and I said, I'm not even going to say what I said, all right? It is not appropriate for PGTV. All right? And I called up 10 people. And I said, guys, on February 28th, we are going to release a new program that will revolutionize the home-based business industry. We didn't have a name for it. We didn't have anything. All 10 of them said they would be there. I'll be there. Then I called Doug. And I said, Doug, I got good news and I got bad news. I invited 10 people. We're launching this thing. We're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. So the good news is I called 10 people. All of them are going to be there. And they were all there. Because I had credibility when it came to the business side of things. Guys, that's why I could successfully build a network marketing company. Credibility as a business person. People believed what I said. So that was one of the disadvantages that most people had. If you're a postman and you go to somebody and says, I just saw this incredible business, they're like, what do you know about business? You're a postman. You're you work at Starbucks as a barista, or you're a nurse or a doctor, what do you know about business? But for me, it was easy. Because if I called up Steve and said, Steve, I just reinvented the home-based business. What does Steve say? Peter, what are you doing? I don't care about what I heard. People come on and say, oh my God, I just saw the most incredible business. No one's ever did it before.
Yes.
Excellent. Isn't she a great tour guide, guys? Oh my goodness. Yes, we all heard the stories. And that's what gets us excited. That's what gets us to say yes. So anyway, we launched this thing. We have no name, no website, but all 10 people say, I'm in, right? I'm joining. How much is it? I don't know, Doug, how much is it? All right, $150, $150. Beautiful, $150. Come on in. Boom, we brought in $1,500. We were moving along. About 3 weeks later, we came up with a name for it. That name was Cooler Brands. Why Cooler Brands? We were able to get the URL and we were able to get things kicked off. So what is Cooler Brands? What makes us different than any other opportunity out there for real? The difference is this. Every single person who joins and does activities that they're already doing. That is a key point, right? Every single person who joins and does activities that they're already doing, directed through Cooler Brands, will build and make a lifetime residual income. No recruiting. I gotta tell you what, guys, I brought in people into the other networks. I thought, oh my goodness gracious, Sam is gonna kill this thing. Man, he runs a company, he's got 800 employees, he is respecting the community. Done. Right? Bring in somebody else. Oh man, I'm gonna bring in everybody. I know thousands of people. Done. Now, they could have made it here. They would have been able to create value here. See, here's the goal, guys, and here's what I figured out throughout it. I want to now explain the model, and it's going to be very quick. And then I'm going to bring up some people for some testimonials. Because like they say, stories are what move people to either make a decision to become part of something or a decision not to do it. And you are going to hear some incredible testimonials today. People that had never brought a single person in, that have been able to. You're going to hear from my sister. One of the people that got into every opportunity that I ever brought her. She never made any money. Right? She's known me her entire life. Or my entire life. I think. Yeah, she's older than I am. So it's her, my entire life, right? So we're going to bring up some of the inventors. Because here is the model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn over to
business. It's a phenomenal model. So what I love the most about it is that we just perform these one-time activities, and in doing so, we're awarded some points for doing those activities. Some of those points are in a sales royalty pool. Sales royalty pool, what is that? It are the inventors, the creative artists, some of these people that you're seeing up here. They bring their products to Cooler Brands, and we get to provide something called gap sales. That means when they've launched their brand, they need a little capital, right? So we can purchase their product at retail prices. Retail prices, that's very important, you guys. We can purchase them at retail prices the same that people will purchase those products when we get them out on store shelves. But for now, we're going to use as gifts, to use for ourselves, whatever we want to do. We get points for doing that. The inventor gets capital so that they can continue to push their business along. Our end goal is to have their products in every retail store that you can think of. Of course, we start with the mom and pop shops, the small shops, but what happens is buyers walk into those shops, they see these products, and suddenly the next thing you know, you see them in the big box retailer. Excited until Cooler Brands. Until Cooler Brands, because those points translate into royalties. So depending on how many one-time actions you choose to do, you are accumulating points, And when the royalties come in from our amazing inventors and artists, those royalties are split between those three pools I was talking about. The sales pool, the branding and marketing pool, and the crowdfunding pool. Depending on how many points you were able to accumulate, you get your piece of the